story with the Torah really started when I decided this is really an instruction book, a book that can teach me how to be today. Not what happened thousands of years ago, but what can I learn from it today so right away tomorrow morning I can use it. So I started reading the Parsha. At first glance, he talks about Sara dying. But the truth is, it's really nothing about death. It says, Chaye Sara, the life of Sarah. And it really is about her legacy, what she has accomplished, what she done, the first matriarch, Sarah Imenu, our mother Sarah, what she has done. And I want to say, okay, what am I to learn from her? As a Jewish person, as a Jewish wife, as a Jewish mother, what can she teach me that I can really use? First of all, as a Jewish person, Sarah, and a Jewish wife, once she heard the idea of Abraham, the idea of monotheism, to believe in one God, at a time when everybody else was idol worshiper, she could have said to him, are you crazy? No one is going to believe you. Why can't you do something like everybody else? She didn't say that. She believed in him. She believed in his mission. And as a wife, she made his mission become her mission. She wasn't just a follower. She became an active partner. Her husband believed in something, and she said, we are going to be successful. And I know way too many people that are so scared of new ideas. If a husband wants to start a startup, oh, why can't you just go somewhere and get your paycheck and we will be safe and don't think big, because they're scared. Or if a child comes to a Jewish mom and says, Mom, I want to be an actress. The mom says, why can't you just be a lawyer or a doctor? I mean, some people did it already, they're successful. It's so much easier to conform. It's so much easier to walk in somebody else's path. Because they succeeded, therefore you should do it. It's very scary to do something new. But Sarah was not scared. She believed in her man, she believed in the mission, and she became his partner. Can I learn from it? Absolutely. Can we all learn to have more faith and to take a risk in life and to be courageous? This is what I'm learning from Sarah. But she was more than just that. It says, when they took the journey to Canaan, they took everything that belonged to them, as well as the souls that they made. What does it mean, the souls they made? Asu nefashot. It meant the people that they recruited to believe in monotheism, in one God. Abraham talked to the men, and she took charge, initiative, and convinced the women to leave this idol worshiping and follow them. So she was not just supportive to her husband in just saying, yeah, I support you, go ahead, do it alone, I'll just be here. She actually did it with him. She took action. She was a lady of action. It is very natural to be afraid, but Sarah, she overcame natural emotions. And talk about natural emotions. When she suffered the pain of not being able to give birth to children, being worried, God promised us the promised land. He promised my husband that he is going to be a father of a great nation, yet I cannot get pregnant. What do I do with that? She did something that I don't know how many women, how many wives would be willing to do. She said, you take my handmaid Hagar, a beautiful Egyptian woman. You take her, you sleep with her, so that we can have a son, so you can have continuity. This is unbelievable. How many women would do that? She would see the challenge and the obstacle and the difficulty, and she found ways, even if it was difficult, to make sure that she is going to help her husband in his mission. And Hagar had a boy. And then God did bless Sarah with her own son. And you know, when Hagar started talking in disrespect to Sarah and say to her friends, the Midrash tells us, you know, the fact that she could not get pregnant for that long is probably because she's not as worthy as I am to be his wife. And when Ishmael grew up and became to be a real questionable example to Isaac, who's going to be the heir, that Isaac was going to continue Judaism, she said to her husband Abraham, you need to let her go. Abraham slept with Hagar. Abraham had a child with Hagar. Abraham became emotional and simply soft, and he went to God and he said, how can I do it? And God said, you listen to your wife. Because usually women will be more compassionate. They will not throw away a child and a baby out of the house. But when Abraham became emotional and connected and he couldn't just do it, he didn't see the danger that was in their house. Sarah became the strength. She became the strong one. And God said, you listen to your wife. She had one mission, and for a second she didn't forget what the mission was. Monotheism, continuity of Judaism and the Jewish people. Yes, Abraham is our patriarch. Abraham is the first Jew. Come on. I don't know if he could have been that successful without his other half. And even today we say, behind every successful man, there is a wonderful, fantastic woman. It's true. It was true thousands of years ago, and it is true today. So am I learning enough from this parsha? It's all about life and legacy. The woman can do unbelievable things. It says that she died in 100 years and 20 years and 7 years. What kind of a funny way of telling us what age she died? Why doesn't it say she died at 127? Because the Torah wants to give you a hint. 100 is the age of wisdom. 20 is age of drive and ambition and strength. And 7 is an absolute beauty. I've never seen in my life a child is not beautiful. She was as beautiful and as strong and as wise all of her life. She took the best out of every single stage of life and she kept it. Some people, they finish childhood and they forget they ever been a child. Many times people tell me, Rivka, don't grow up. Because there are many times that I'm silly, that I'm not as serious and so forth. You need to take the best out of every single stage of life and keep it with you. And that was Sarah. She was all of these things. But our Torah teaches us not just through words, through hints. And I was looking for things that were peculiar and strange in this parsha. And I want to show you that in the parsha it says that after she died, Abraham cried and he mourned and he buried her. But the word cried, and it is, I'm sure some of you say, I don't believe her. It's verse 3, the third verse, right in the beginning. ויבוא אברהם לספוד לשרה ולבכותה. לבכותה means to cry over her. The letter in the word cry, yes, as if the kaf, let's say the letter C in the word cry, is smaller. I'm not talking about difference between capital letter and a small letter. I'm talking small, literally small. Why is it smaller than all the letters? It couldn't be a mistake. If you wrote me a letter, and the entire letter is font number 16, and all of a sudden there is one letter that is font 11, really tiny, I'm going to say, okay, you're trying to tell me something. It can't be a mistake. Even in a computer, you had to go for this particular letter and change the font, right? Well, the font of the middle of the word cry is small. So I went to commentary, to Rashi and other commentaries, and all the commentaries say, Abraham did not really cry a lot. Huh? I just described to you the most wonderful woman, the most wonderful wife, a great partner to him, and he doesn't cry a whole lot? Why not? And there is an answer. Because Sarah lived a full life. She fulfilled her purpose. Everything in life has a finite time. Everything has an end. The question is, are we going to accomplish all that we are supposed to accomplish during our lifetime?